Hi, everybody. It's Denise again. Just wanted to come on live and hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Just wanted to come on live and give you an update to let you know how I'm doing today. I came on yesterday and I updated you on how I was feeling. Wasn't feeling good the weekend. I was in a lot of pain. We talked about that yesterday, and I was upset because I couldn't change my settings. Well, yesterday my settings, along with the Nevro rep, we worked on. We answered the questions together basically in my app that I have on my phone, and it did do an update. So the update was helpful. It was very helpful, actually. I thought I was going to stay on that update, which was number 11, um, throughout for 2 days at least, but it did not. I'm pulling it up. I'm on number 12 now. I don't know why you can't really see it. The lighting is bad, but I'm on. Here it goes. I'm on number 12. Yesterday was on 11. So it updated to 12 based on my assessment that I told the app how I was feeling. I actually did pretty good yesterday. After it takes a while for the settings to change and to adjust, but after it changed and adjust, I did feel better, a whole lot better than I did yesterday evening. Wasn't as bad either. So I was surprised today that it did update it. However, I still had a little bit of pain in my feet, my ankles, and in my leg, and a little bit in my hip area. I think I'm calling it my hip, and it might be considered where my S1 is. I remember a doctor telling me a while ago that that was my S1 joint or something. So that might be that. But anyway, today I wanted to wait for several hours before coming on to see how I felt before giving you an update, since the new setting has went in place. And like I said, it does take a couple of hours, a few hours, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours before you really start feeling better. And it goes throughout the day and making sure it does its adjustment. So as of right now, I'm feeling a whole lot better. I really wished I felt this way over the weekend so I could have walked my little grand pup. Um, that's what my daughter called. I don't have any grandchildren, so I have grand dogs. You might hear my English bulldog in the background snoring because she is asleep. But we'll keep on moving on, although she's kind of loud. But anyway, I wished I felt the way I feel today, this past weekend, because I would have been able to walk a lot further with him. Um, I probably go out today and try to walk him as well since I feel better. Um, so I just really wanted to come on and just give that update of how I was doing since that adjustment on the app. And somebody asked me who's following me, she wanted to know why I wasn't using the remote. Well, I really, like I said, when I first had the implant done, um, well, let me back up. When I was doing the trial, I had a remote. So after I got the implant, I was surprised when in my box they gave me with my battery pack, my charger, and they had a iPhone in there. I was shocked because I thought I was going to have a remote control to control this body. You got to have somebody to control me. Anyway, but they didn't. They gave me an iPhone. It's okay. I'm not an iPhone girl. I'm true Android person, but it's okay. Only thing I'm using on there is that one app, and they won't allow you to put a phone number on there until the device has been 1 year old. That's what she told me. But I don't need it anyway. But yeah, I am doing a whole lot better today, guys. So I guess I understand what their Nevro is saying. The device have to get used to you. So that's why it takes a while and you have to go through the different settings and it learns your body. I'm hoping this one that I have today is one that I could save in my favorites. I think we talked about favorites. So I'm really hoping that this is one that I could save in my favorites because so far I'm feeling pretty good. So I will see how it goes today, and if the tomorrow morning when I get up, if everything goes well overnight, I will most definitely save it. I have noticed there is no pain in my legs today, so far no pain. But most of my pain come at nighttime. Well, the worst pain come at nighttime. We'll put it that way. But I do have a little bit of pain during the daytime. Right now, my legs are pain free. I have no pain in my legs, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm really praying that this particular setting I could save as a favorite. And also my ankles, they're really, the pain I had in my ankles is probably 50% better. I'm really not good at those percentages. They always ask, well, is it 50% better, 30%? I don't know. It's better. But I will say it's 50% better than it was yesterday. And yesterday, after we changed the settings, it was a whole lot better than the weekend. So I'll say right now I'm probably 50% better than I was yesterday. So it is almost equals. I have just on the top part of my foot, my right foot. There's a little pain on the top of it, and I feel a little tightness in my toes, but they're not tingling. So I think this setting right here, so far, everybody, just pray that this setting that I'm on right now is a good setting for me. And the pain that I had in my hip or lower back, S1 or whichever one it is, that really, I don't have that either. It's amazing to me. I tell you, it's so amazing that this little device can really control the pain that I have in my body. And I know you, the ones that are watching, if you're watching me, you know what I mean. I don't have to explain to you because you understand and you know what I mean when it comes to the pain that we suffer. So it's just so amazing that this little device that we have, or and you soon to have, or you already have. I'm assuming that you're considering it if you're watching me, that this little device that we have or will have in our bodies, um, it's controlling the pain. That just, I just, it's just beyond me. I mean, really, because I know where I came from. I was, someone left me a message and they said that they, really, um, I guess they probably sleep in their recliner chairs a lot because they can't really lie in their bed. Let me tell you something. I told my daughter the other day, I never really was a person that watched Netflix or watch any movies or anything like that. I really don't watch too much TV. All these TVs, the TVs are normally off. Let me tell you, I, since I've had this device, since I've had this device, and I only had it since July 17th, I've been laying in my bed, y'all. I can't wait to get in my bed and watch TV. I couldn't lay in my own bed. I couldn't lay in my bed to go to sleep. I couldn't lay in my bed to take a brief, quick nap. I couldn't do it because when I lay down, and I'm like I said, I'm talking to the choir because you guys know when I lay in that bed, it was my worst pain. You know how people say, well, if you don't feel good, go lay down for a while. No, that's the worst thing for a person with a back problem. the absolute worst thing for a person with a back problem. And I tell you, since I've had my device, even on this past weekend with my worst day, I still was able to lay in the bed, and I have been watching movies and enjoying laying in my bed. I have this huge TV in front of my on my wall, and I'm telling you, I've never really been able to enjoy it until now. So I'm quite happy and giddy about that. Just to be able to um, watch TV, relax in my own bed. It's the little things that other people take for granted. And when you're able to do it, it's just, it's mind blowing. So today, like I said, I am quite happy, everybody, quite happy with the adjustment of my device. I feel so much better today. It has been just awesome because, I told you what it was like this past weekend, and I was very disappointed that I wasn't able to walk the little dog, our little pup. But I might try to get out there today and walk him and see. He might start barking because somebody's coming in the door, and he don't like you to touch the front door. But I might take him for a walk today, because my legs really feel good today. And I'm quite excited about that because um, I just feel so much better. So we have to have patience, and I understand, but when you're going through and you're having a hard time or you're not feeling well, you ain't got no patience. You don't want to be waiting on anything. You want it to happen, and you want it to happen right then. Something else I thought about that I didn't mention in any of my other uh, videos. I was brushing my teeth this morning, and when I tell you, you always catch yourself. You catch yourself doing things you don't supposed to do. Now, something that we normally do, when you are brushing your teeth, like I told you, I'm real people. You bend over and over the sink. You can't do it. You cannot do that. That is bending. So I caught myself as I was going down this morning to over my sink. I caught myself, and I tell you, you have to remind yourself every single day. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't lift. You can't bend. You can't twist. And I almost did it today. I tell you. I mean, I was probably 50% on my way to my sink. And I caught myself as I was going down. And what really caught me was I saw the cup on the side of my on my sink, and I'm like, oh my god! And I stood back up straight, and I just couldn't believe it. But like I said, it's so many things that you have to remind yourself constantly, and that was one of them. So I hadn't mentioned that, but just take that in consideration when you are, you know, something that you have to live with that you can't do. It's only temporary. So just to be able to have a much better quality of life of not having this extreme pain the way we were living, those little things that we have to go through, those sacrifices, it's okay. We could get through that for a little while. So just remember you can't do that. And the other thing, um, my kids went out of town. Like I said, they're all adults. They travel, for work and things like that. And I had them, come over and take pots and pans and put them on the stove for me. Earlier this past weekend, I didn't have any. I had one pan on my stove, and I'm like, what happened? And I think what happened, I think my daughter put them away, just not thinking. So those are some of the things you got to remember, especially if you live alone, you got to have those different items, and like I said, I'm OCD. I don't want to see pots and pans and dishes all over the counter. But for just a little while, you know, um, between the 6 and 8 weeks that we have to go through this, I'm going to stretch mine out to 8 weeks. My doctor said 6 to 8 weeks, but I'm going to go ahead and do the 8 weeks just to make sure. And but they didn't leave nothing out for me. Even going into your refrigerator and digging in there and everything is a bend. So we gotta be careful. And like I said, it's a temporary thing that you go through right now. And I can't wait to get back to the gym. Although they said you can go back after you're healing, I'm probably gonna wait, a lot longer than the 6 to 8 weeks before I go back to the gym. Because I try to, although I am a little fluffy, I try to really um, work on my muscles. And I try to, I go to the gym and do things like that and try to work out a little bit so that, I can have strength. I know a lady that she's she has no muscle, none, and you can see it. And she fell once. She falls quite often. Actually, she's a lot older than me, but I think she's 73 or 70 something, and she falls quite often. And she fell one time, and she told me she was on the floor, and she couldn't get up. And she couldn't get up because she had no muscle mass. She couldn't, no strength to pull herself up. So I think about things like that and things, that I don't want to get myself in a predicament and have to be in that situation. So that's why I, try to stay strong and go to the gym and things like that. Actually, when I was going to the gym, I had gotten to the point where I could lift 50 pounds. I won't be doing that for a long time because I'm scared. I'm scared of undoing what has been done. I'm just really don't want to undo that because I'm telling you, this right here has been uh, life changing when it comes to the relief of the pain that I've had, with the exception. It hasn't been every day, hasn't been 100%, but I'm telling you, today I feel a whole lot better. So, yeah, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. So that's why I'm telling you, when you get yours done, be careful. Be careful. So you want to make sure that you don't go backwards and you don't have any issues with undoing what we just went through to have some pain relief. Because I want to live, people. I want to, not only that, I want to have fun. I want to travel. I want to see the world. You know, my kids are always traveling. I would like to say, hey, I'm going with you. You know, just something. You know, but when you suffer from pain or can't barely walk, or you don't want to be a burden to somebody. So that's the reason why I did this, because when they got lets, I want to say go. I'm right there with you. I'm gone with you. But right now, um, well, before I couldn't do that, because it would hurt so bad. We went to, and I'm gonna get off of here in a second, but years ago, it's been several years, and I can't believe it's been that long. We went um, to Prince Paisley Palace, up in Minneapolis, and I got to visit his home, and we even went. I don't know if if you're a Prince fan or whatever, but where he made the movie. graffiti bridge. I got to visit that, and I'll never forget when we were under the bridge because we were uh, marking on the wall under the bridge. A lot of people had put, quotes and things like that. I could barely walk, and it was a walk from not that far, but from where we parked at to get to the bridge. And it's really a tunnel and not a bridge. And my legs hurted me so bad. And I feel like I'm a burden, when I would go places with my kids. So that's the reason why I did this. I want to be able to travel with my friends and go places, or even just going out to dinner or something like that. Just hang out a little bit more than what I'm doing now. Just live.